In this vlog, we are gonna see how to make CRUD operations with Firebase database. So, as usual, we will start with our dependencies. So, yes, what is the need for this Firebase database? Whenever you don't have any specialized server for you and you don't want to invest before you are trying to make a small application, so here you don't think there is any investment, so you can use this Firebase services. So in our previous tutorial we have seen Firebase login and I have provided the link in the card. If you missed it, you can see why, because there we have discussed about the basics of Firebase and how to include Firebase into our project. So if you go through the tutorial, you might have much knowledge on Firebase and it will be easier for you to understand this tutorial. Anyway, we deal with the basic implementations so that every beginner can understand. So let us get started. Here you can see we have added Firebase database. uh, this particular tutorial I am doing in Kotlin as usually. So if you have any queries regarding the language, if you wanted it to be in Java, just let me know in the comment section below, and can also let me know in my Instagram handle. I can provide you the Java code also. So here, if you want to know detail, regarding these implementations, you can follow my previous tutorial, because I have already explained them over there. So here, let us get started with our design first. So it's a simple design again. Here we have taken one edit text, one button, and a text view. So let us see what is what. So this edit text, with the help of this edit text, we gonna say take some user input and we will submit it with the help of the button, and we will display it with the text view. So it's very clear, right? So let's get on with our Java code, and here itself we will start it. So the very first thing we do is we will initialize an object for the database reference, and why I have initialized it globally I will explain. We can initialize it, like a local variable also. So here we are getting a reference. Here, what is a message? So this is a label in the database. It is a key actually. So with the help of this message we will be storing some value. With the help of this key, message key, we will be storing some value. So while fetching also we will look for this message key and we'll fetch that particular value. Not only fetching, while storing also we will use this message. Don't worry, we will see it in the real time now. So here I am setting a basic value. Here here you can see I am setting my name as a message. So you might be confused, but don't worry, when we have a look at the Firebase database, you will have a clear picture. So here I am initialized the set on click listener for the button submit, and here add value event listener. So here, as the comment says, we are reading from the database here. So I think to solve all your confusions we need to look at the database once. So here we go. This is our database. So for the beginners who are watching this video, have missed the previous one, you might be confused. So you need to log into your Firebase console, and from there you need to select your project. If you don't have any project, you need to create a project, and you need to give your project package name. So don't think what is a package name, just go to your manifest file. So this is your package name, and you need to provide the package name and a SHA-1 algorithm also. So all these details I have mentioned in the previous tutorial, and if you want the SHA-1 how to generate all these things, you can check in the description section also again. So here, after doing all those things and creating a project, here we land. So for login we have dealt with the authentication section, and for this part of tutorial we will be dealing with the database. So when we click on the database we will get one particular console. Okay, data, rules, backups, usage. So for the first time when you are coming into this console, you will be asked to select an options out of database, storage, hosting functions. So from there try to select database, and the very first thing you will be asked is the rules. So what are the rules? Here you can see the rules I have given: read, write, true. So this is a public, I am giving permission for the public to make, read and write in this particular database. So generally when you are creating, you need to disable the public actions. I mean, it's all depending upon your requirements, if you want the public to access the database or not. It's depending upon your project requirement. So I'm, it's a rule I am mentioning, so you might go through the rule according to your requirement. So that is a primary step, and here you can see message. You have seen the message here, right? In our main activity we have defined message path here. So I think you got clarified now. So here we are using this key message as a key to insert the value and to retrieve the value, and here my name is there, and you can see here we have passed my name. So that is getting reflected over here, and if you really want to check it out once again, I will do something more. Generally, okay, android coding.in. So we mention our website name here and try to run it. So here you can see the value is changed, and also once check our database. So here you can see our data is updated from my name Abhishek to androidcoding.in, and so now let us check it out directly even. So here we can see, if I say developer and click on submit button, here you can see this value is changed here and here in the both the places. And let us try something more also. I mean, one more example. Firebase. And now try to observe here and here just once. So you can see, yeah. So this way we can make, I mean, it's a basic CRUD operation on Firebase database. So I have taken this as a simple example so that the beginners will understand first what is the process of making Firebase database implementations, and then a simple message. So we have dealt with Firebase login and Firebase analytics and push notifications till now. We So in coming tutorials we gonna see what are the storage options, how to store our images, data, and I mean we need to implement a recycler view to show them. So all this in the coming up tutorials. So if you are like this tutorial, do like, share and subscribe to our channel, and the code for this tutorial is available in the description section below. So there you can find the link to the code and also the explanation in our website. If you are having any doubts, you can mention in the comment section and also in the Instagram handle. So from Instagram you can get the faster reply.